Australian Aboriginal kinship is the system of law governing social interaction, particularly marriage, in traditional Australian Aboriginal culture. It is an integral part of the culture of every Aboriginal group across Australia. The subsection system. Subsection systems are a unique social structure that divide all of Australian Aboriginal society into a number of groups, each of which combines particular sets of kin. In Central Australian Aboriginal English vernacular, subsections are widely known as skins. Each subsection is given a name that can be used to refer to individual members of that group. Skin is passed down by a person's parents to the children. The name of the groups can vary. There are systems with 2 such groupings, systems with 4, 6 and 8. Some language groups extend this by having distinct male and female forms, giving a total of 16 skin names. For example, the Pinchupi and Warlpiri. While membership in skin groups is ideally based on blood relations, Australian Aboriginal subsection systems are classificatory, meaning that even people who are not actual blood relations are assigned to a subsection. They are also universal, meaning that every member of the society is assigned a position in the system. Subsection systems are found in Aboriginal societies across much of central, western and northern Australia. On the basis of detailed analysis and comparison of the various subsection systems and the terminologies, and in particular the apparent prefix J for male and N for female, it has been identified as a social innovation originally from the Daly River region of the Northern Territory, which then spread rapidly southwards to other groups. Systems with 2 groupings. Yolngu. The Yolngu people of northeastern Arnhem Land divides society into 2 moieties, Duwa and Yiritu. Each of these is represented by people of a number of different groups through the hereditary estates, so many things are either Yiritu or Duwa, fish, stone, river, sea etc. belongs to one of the other moiety. Things that are not either Duwa or Yiritu are called Wakanu. Yolngu also have a kinship system with 8 subsections. Systems with 4 sections. Matuthanira. The Matuthanira language group from the Pilbara region of Western Australia have a 4-section system. Similar systems are found across most language groups in the Pilbara, though with some variation in the forms of the names. For example, speakers of Nala use Milanka where Matuthanira use Pal, Yari, Aluwara. The Aluwar language group from Central Australia also have a 4-section system, but use different terms from the Matuthanira. Systems with 8 groups. Lardil. The Lardil of Mornington Island in the Gulf of Carpentaria have 8 subsection groups, shown here with some of the totems. Each Lardil person belongs to one of these groups. The paternal grandfather's subsection determines their own, so a Balyarani man or woman will have a Balyarani head father. Members of each group may only marry members of one other specified group. Once a person's subsection group is known, the relationship to any other Lardil can be determined. A Narij Bilangi is a father to a Bangarani, a father-in-law to a Yakamaran, a son to another Bangarani, either in a social sense or purely through linearship. The mechanics of the Lardil skin system means that generations of males cycle back and forth between 2 subsections. Narij Bilangi is father to Bangarani and Bangarani is father to Narij Bilangi, and similarly for the 3 other pairs of subsections. Generations of women, however, cycle through 4 subsections before arriving back at the starting point. This means that a woman has the same subsection name as her great-great-grandmother. Pinchupi. The Pinchupi of the Western Desert also have an 8-subsection system, made more complex by distinct forms for male and female subsection names. Male forms begin with Tjet, the female forms with N. The Walpuri system is almost the same. Each person therefore has a patramoiety and a matramoiety, a father's and a mother's subsection group. Extension of the system to non-relatives. Outsiders who have significant interaction with such groups may be given a skin name, commonly based on the people they have interacted with and the types of interaction. Some common kinship terms used in Aboriginal English. The variety of English used by many Australian Aboriginal people employs kinship terms in ways that are based on their equivalents in Australian Aboriginal languages. Auntie and uncle are terms of address for older people, to whom the speaker may not be related. Brother and sister, as well as siblings. This term is used to refer to children of one's mother's sister and of father's brother, just as in many indigenous languages. Cousin brother and cousin sister are often used to refer to children of one's mother's sister and father's brother. Cousin refers to children of one's father's sister and mother's brother, but may be extended to any relative of one's own generation, such as one who might share the same great-grandparent as their own great-grandparent, which is a second cousin in Aboriginal terms. In southeast Queensland, daughter is used to refer to any woman of one's great-grandparent's generation. This is due to the cyclical nature of traditional kinship systems and mirrors usage in many Australian languages. Father and mother include any relative of one's parents' generation, such as uncles, aunts, their own cousins and in-laws. Grandfather and grandmother can refer to anyone of one's grandparents' generation. Grandfather can also refer to any respected elderly man, to whom the speaker may not be related. Poison refers to a relation one is obligated to avoid. See mother-in-law language. The term second, or little bit in Northern Australia is used with a distant relative who is described using a close kinship term. For example, one's second father. A little bit father is a man of one's father's generation not closely related to the speaker. Usually having a second mother is having a woman of your own mother's generation who seems to act like a mother and would most likely care for you if anything were to happen to your own parents. It is contrasted with close, near, or true. A skin group are sections which are determined by the skin of a person's parents, and determine who person is eligible to marry. Son can refer to any male of the next generation, such as nephews, just as daughter can refer to any female of the next generation, including nieces.